Why do we need record keeping, and what's the importance? Is it really worth taking records? Well, I would say long years ago it wasn't important, but right now it's very important. And that's all that you rely on is your records to make a decision. I would say people who do breeding, they will tell you records are most important, because if you are carrying off your animals, you rely more much on records based on the performance. The animal which has aborted 3 times is worth letting it go. So how do you know if you don't have records? Secondly, how would you tell the animals or the kids you've already vaccinated if you don't have records? Or when did you last vaccinate? For example, we vaccinate twice a year for Clostridios. We vaccinate once for PPR in a year, and pox, that's the same. So how will you determine which date did you last vaccinate? Look at deworming. Kids are dewormed every month. How would you tell this kid, or when did you last deworm? Because farmers, some of us, we are telephone farmers. All of a sudden you are mixed up in your employment somewhere else. You don't know when you last dewormed. So record keeping is the bottom line for management and treatment, which keeps you going and which helps you to make informed decisions. So maybe I can add on record keeping. What are kind of information or records we need to keep on the farm? Number 1, stock taking. Stock, it's all about what you have on the farm. Treatment records, it's all about vaccination and sick bay. I can call it sick bay records. If this animal fell sick, you enter it in the book. I will give you a funny scenario. There is this very contagious disease, eye disease. You have all these animals are all Kalahari red, or they are all boa with red heads or brown heads. They are all savannas, they are all white. And being natural synchronization you did, they are more or less the same age, more or less the same size. This disease, today you treat 2, by tomorrow morning we have like 6 of them. And it has a routine. You have to treat morning, in the evening, and then for the next maybe 3 to 5 days. So how will you know the animal you treated today and has ended the dose? Through only record keeping, writing the name or the tag number of the goat, the date it has started, morning, evening, columns. Then you keep on ticking, knowing like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, those are 3 days, because you are doing it twice in a day. So record keeping is something that is inseparable with goat farming. It's very important. If you don't have records, then you cannot control. In breeding, you don't know. In the stock taking records, because I've broken it into 2. Stock taking records, we are looking at the numbers, the bloodline traceability, like this guy was born by the mother so and so, this tag number, the dad is this one. So from this camp A, if you have more than 1 class, or camp B, whichever camp name, so you know the dad. So this girl, I call her girl, but this is a nanny, a female goat. When it reaches maturity time for it to be served, you have to move it to a new clan where it meets another male, which is from a total different bloodline, to avoid inbreeding. So stock taking, it helps you also to know the number of animals you have. You are a telephone farmer, you say, okay, hey, sell about 10 goats, but you also grade your animals according to the maybe percentage, blood percentage, maybe bloodline and whatever. Or by tag numbers, you know, okay, I've sold, I want you to say tag what, tag this at different prices. So when you come on the farm, you know I sold so and so, so and so, so and so. Then you look, put a remark at the extreme end of the row, because here I have columns, but I have the tag number alongside all the details. So at the extreme end of our stock taking books, we normally have remarks. Has it been sold? Has it died? This one helps you to make records or countability. If you are doing countability, okay, in remarks I see, okay, I sold 50 goats this year. Maybe I lost 20 kids. So what have I done wrong and what do I have to improve? Look at vaccinations. You have to look at, I've vaccinated this disease, I've vaccinated this one, but I've not yet vaccinated this one. So out of vaccinating different diseases, you might even end up in the next year. So in the next calendar year, when you are still vaccinating the last maybe batch, let's say you are vaccinating around 4 diseases, what happens, the first you vaccinated was supposed to be vaccinated, you are supposed to do it twice in a year, but you don't have records to see, the last time I vaccinated this was this date, so it's already past 6 months when I'm supposed to do it. Or you don't even do the booster, because we have to do booster dose. So with the records, you are able to trace when it comes to vaccination. Even the same for treatment, like I gave you an example of eye treatment. So I think in summary, there is no farm should operate without records. By all means, we need records. Thank you.